Welcome to the Performer Radio Show. Each week, we interview some of the most interesting people in the fashion and entertainment industries. Fashion and entertainment industries. Beautiful models, singers, comedians, dancers, fashion designers, actors, beauty queens, and many more. Right here on the Performer Radio Show.
And we are back with another Performer Radio Show, and Marlena Garcia is back too. Welcome back, Marlena.
Hi, Performer people.
Yeah, actually, she was going to try and be here for last week's show with Night Moves with Funk Phenomenon.
Yes.
And because she does know Funk Phenomenon very well, she was working with them at the Boston Fashion Awards from last year. Yes.
I'm glad she was here. I'm glad she was great. Everything went well.
The kids loved it. You should have seen the smile on their faces afterwards. They were soaking it all in.
Aww.
Yeah. And these are kids that perform in front of a lot of people too.
Right.
But I guess the radio and television aspect of it, that really hasn't quite hit them yet. Because when the little ones perform on the dance floor at the Celtics games, which I don't know if they're doing that tonight or not, but I think they did in game one. But they don't see the cameras; they just see the crowd of people.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I guess at some point they probably will sink in that they're on television too in front of thousands of people too as well. But no, we had a great time with them. They were very energetic and enthusiastic. It's nice to see that in younger people.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel great. I mean, these kids deserve everything and all the attention that they're getting. They won the National Hip Hop Dance Championship in LA 2 weeks ago. And they're going to the internationals. Unfortunately, in a way, the internationals are being held in the United States this year.
Okay.
So they're going to Phoenix for the internationals. So shout out to Rhea.
Yes.
Rhea,
shout out to her.
Who runs everything. Her and her husband for Funk Phenomenon. They do an excellent job there. So how are you doing today? What's up with Marlena Garcia?
I'm good. Daily grind.
Daily grind and daily dose.
Right. That too. And, we have special guests coming in every week, and we have some amazing people that we're going to have on the show tonight. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's good. Tonight's more your thing. Fashion.
It's my thing.
It's your, well, I mean, everything is my thing in a sense, but this is something you really love to come down for, is when we talk about fashion. And we're going to be talking about
It brings enjoyment, yes.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Mass Fashion Week tonight.
Right.
Which is coming up on May 5th. Well, it's actually, May 5th is the final one. So I think it's May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But we'll be getting into that in a little bit. Speaking of the Daily Dose, you're down here to also record some more Daily Dose segments.
Right.
And that's good. We've been getting some great numbers. It keeps going up and up and up. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, and taking a look. It's only 3 to 4 minutes of your time every day. And we deliver news that you don't see on a regular newscast. You don't really find on the internet, on social media, because this is actual news. This is not like something we cook up or anything else like that.
We try our best to give the best.
We get it from the most reputable sources,
right.
Associated Press, all these Reuters, all these real news companies, and we get them and we just make it nice and neat for you guys with some visuals and things like that. So it is a lot of work, but it's good information to have, and we don't really cover a lot of the fluff. No fluff. It's real stuff. It's good stuff. It's not necessarily mind-blowing all the time. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's just good information to have. And if you love entertainment and fashion, both, then you're going to get a good dose every single day, especially on our website. Let me pump the website a little bit for everybody. There we go. It's popping in right now. This is actually what's on there right at this moment. So, okay, the beginning of the end for TikTok, maybe. And then you have our Daily Dose right there, and you have our live feed. And if I actually hit this right now, we actually see what we're doing right now on the live feed. And then there's something people don't know. Every single week we have a music video of the week, our Net Jams music video of the week.
Yes. We
have our trailer of the week, which is Challengers, featuring Zendaya. So a lot of people are in. That gets a little steamy, that one. I don't know. She really went a little all out for that one. But yeah, you get all that information and a whole lot more on the Performer.com website. So check it out. It's a really, and you'll probably end up spending a few minutes there. Definitely. And don't forget, right now we are live on not only Facebook, YouTube, all those social media platforms, but we're also live on Roku, our Roku TV channel, our Amazon Fire TV channel, our Google TV channel, our Samsung TV channel.
Anything on the channels.
Anything on the well, you gotta search for Performer Radio and Television.
Right.
Okay, and you gotta open up the channel and say yes, but there's no ads here. No ads that you have to deal with. Okay, or anything else. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to pay a monthly fee. All that other good stuff. And you get a lot of free entertainment and interesting people to meet. So right now, we're going to go to the Daily Dose and see what the Daily Dose is for day. And we'll be right back with you again and our guests. So keep watching.
Yes.
Hi, people. Marlena Garcia here again for Performer TV. Do you know what they say about Wednesdays? They're not as depressing as Monday. Not as exciting as Friday. You'll be okay though, right? Especially after I let you know what's happening today.
Country star Eric Church has officially launched Chiefs, a 6-story venue that combines a bar, restaurant, and music hall right in the heart of Nashville's iconic Broadway. The singer is currently hosting a 19-show residency at this intimate 400-seat location. Reflecting on his early days in Nashville, Church said when he left his small town in North Carolina, all he had was dreams of stardom. "I didn't know anybody," he said. "I didn't even know where Nashville started and ended. I just knew that I came to the center of it." Despite his ambitions, the beginning was fraught with rejections. He said he couldn't even get a bartending job on Broadway. Today, Church is revered as one of country music's most respected figures, often described as Nashville's renegade. But he admits, even now, after all this success, he sometimes still sees himself as an outsider. Chiefs is more than just a venue. It's a heartfelt project that offers Church a way to connect deeply with his fans. The significance of Chiefs as a safe space has been covered by personal tragedies that Church faced, including his near-death experience from a blood clot in June of 2017. He had emergency surgery and it took months to recover. One of his first shows back that fall was at a festival in Las Vegas. 2 days after he performed, a gunman opened fire on the crowd, killing 60 people. Chiefs provides a platform for him to perform the songs born from these personal trials, songs too personal for albums, but therapeutic for his healing process. Despite his continued self-view as an outsider, Church feels a sense of redemption in being able to establish such a personal stake on Broadway, where he once faced rejection. No, TikTok will not suddenly disappear from your phone, nor will you go to jail if you continue using it after it is banned. After years of attempts to ban the Chinese-owned app, a measure to outlaw the popular video-sharing app has won congressional approval and is on its way to President Biden for his signature. The measure gives Beijing-based parent company ByteDance 9 months to sell the company, with a possible additional 3 months if a sale is in progress. If it doesn't, TikTok will be banned. So what does this mean for you, a TikTok user, or perhaps the parent of a TikTok user? Here are some key questions and answers. It would be at least a year before a ban goes into effect, but with likely court challenges, this could stretch even longer, perhaps years. TikTok has seen some success with court challenges in the past, but it has never sought to prevent federal legislation from going into effect. TikTok, which is used by more than 170 million Americans, most likely won't disappear from your phone even if an eventual ban does take effect. But it would disappear from Apple and Google's app stores, which means users won't be able to download it. This would also mean that TikTok wouldn't be able to send updates, security patches, and bug fixes, and over time the app would likely become unusable, not to mention a security risk. Teenagers are known for circumventing parental controls and bans when it comes to social media, so dodging a ban is certainly not outside the realm of possibilities. But some tech savvy is required, and it's not clear what will and won't work. More likely, users will migrate to another platform such as Instagram, which has a TikTok-like feature called Reels, or YouTube, which has incorporated vertical short videos in its feed to try to compete with TikTok. Often, such videos are taken directly from TikTok itself, and popular creators are likely to be found on other platforms as well, so you'll probably be able to see the same stuff.
Are you good now for the rest of the day? Of course you are. I'll see you again right here tomorrow for your Daily Dose. This is Marlena Garcia for Performer TV.
Interviewing the best talent Boston has to offer. This is the Performer Radio Show.
Okay, that was pretty good, Marlena. We know everything about TikTok now, huh?
Right.
The people don't have to worry about it for at least for a little while. How do you feel about that? You recently had one that had, 500,000 views on TikTok? Something like that?
You know what? That was very, that surprised me.
That surprised you?
Yeah. I've,
Why not? People
that
love
was
you.
me being natural. Well,
Well, no, people love you being natural. Why not? Sure. Why
right.
not?
I see
It's
that.
fun. It's fun.
And the learning curve on that part was I was literally being so natural. And I got to do more of that.
Yeah, you should do more of that. Not that you're unnatural most of the time. You're pretty natural most of the time.
But like, how you do the videos and
Yes.
it's like it feels scripted after scripted.
Yeah, some of them are.
know?
Yes, that's definitely true. Well, okay, now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of today.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to welcome Maegan back. Maegan, how are you doing? Tonight Maegan co-hosts once in a while.
I do.
But tonight
Yes.
she's a guest, and she's here representing Mass Fashion Week. So what's your role, pretty much, Maegan, in Mass Fashion Week?
So I am the founder and director. So Mass Fashion Week is now under MB Enterprises LLC, which is so exciting. And so this is our second go around, and I'm super excited for all that's coming this season and this year.
Okay, so this is the second year, if I'm correct?
Yes, second
Year.
season. So
Second season. Well, actually, I mean, really, you've done all this now within a year. You started in the fall, didn't you?
Yes, so this was a planning process since I would want to say August. It literally was right after my 24th birthday. We started planning the fall. Fun fact about this season show, I actually started planning this right out of surgery on anesthesia, which probably wasn't my best strategy.
The grind don't stop.
The grind doesn't stop, 100%.
You sure it wasn't all a dream now, right?
It definitely isn't a dream now. So
Right, true.
here we are. So yeah, really
So
excited.
what inspired you to start Mass Fashion Week?
So I grew up in Westport, Massachusetts, which is only about 14,000 people. And so we had, opportunities to be part of the arts, and I did a lot with music, stage band, marching band, things like that, but there wasn't a lot of accessibility to things like modeling, fashion, photography, things like that. Even when I went to college, I went to Simmons. It is primarily a women-centered institution, but there wasn't a lot to do with photography, videography, modeling again. And so I really got into modeling stuff when I was 19 because of a breakup. And fast track, I started coaching models last year in January, and I was like, why not? I have my own show at one point. And, just really took that step. And I co-directed a show with another organization in March. And then I did my birthday show. And then I was like, why not just take on Massachusetts? It was just kind of one of those things. And I honestly trusted in God. I said, God, if you want me to do it, just let me do it. Just make it not easy, but let me just walk through that door and take the opportunity. And, God bless him, because it's just been such a blast. So,
Well, amen to that.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you have been not only running the shows, are you in the shows as well?
So last season I did a few model walks in the show while running the show with Minds of Purpose. This year, I am kind of taking a seat back, and so I won't be necessarily modeling in the shows, but really directing it with such an awesome team. So
It's a lot. You can ask Marlena. She's
Yeah.
done the same
I
thing.
was just gonna say, girl,
It's a
I can
lot.
relate. I agree. There's just so many peas in a pods we can put ourselves in,
Yeah.
and you gotta give it to yourself.
yeah.
Amen to that. Just because of the fact that you saw something that you can implement into your society, in your community, that's important. And not a lot of people understand that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people get that. And I give it to you.
Not a lot of people also know how much work it is.
It's so much work.
Absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
No, absolutely not.
These three people know. The three people on your screen right now know how much work is involved in putting together a show like that. Okay, so now you're going to be the original season last fall. You had 5 shows back to back to back to back to back, 5 shows in a row in 5 different cities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was
But now
ambitious.
you've narrowed it down.
That was
Give it a heart.
That was ambitious. And
It was ambitious,
And I
but now
truly
you've narrowed it down to 3.
narrowed it down to 3. I think a really big part of this season is I asked all the models, the designers, folks for feedback. And I said, just give me as much feedback as you can. And I really took it and implemented it. And so their feedback was actually to bring it down to 3 days. And so this idea was actually brought to me by the models and designers, because while fashion shows are incredibly fun, they're also incredibly exhausting. And so we really just wanted to put it into a nice weekend. We have our pre-show tomorrow with BOGO Split at the Liberty Hotel. We have our networking mixer at BOGO Split on Saturday. So really just kind of spreading out the events this time, just so folks are really just utilizing it, using their social battery, really going there to their fullest capacity instead of just burning out by the 5th day. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
super
lot.
excited.
Even during Boston Fashion Week, we have not that they're by the same designer every day, but you got shows, multiple shows every day for that week, and then some a little before and some a little after. And for people that want to attend a lot of these events, it's burnout. It's burnout for the attendees. It's burnout for the media, photographers, videographers. Burnout for the models. They have to go from one to
Burnout
another.
after burnout.
The stylists, everybody.
That's
It's a lot.
Yes,
it's a lot. And,
right.
and this is just Boston. Imagine New York. New York Fashion Week is a
But
total
that's why
zoo.
I think it's it's more than that, you know, other than the burnout and all the stuff that come with the greatness that we give to this world. There's a lot of culture and
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you give that to the people.
In other words, you're saying it's worth it.
In so many
it's worth
words,
it. Yeah.
you know?
Well, I mean, everybody that does participate usually feels like they contributed something
Right.
in a positive way. Okay, the designers, the models, everybody. Are you having entertainers at your events too?
Yes,
Yes,
so,
you are.
So every show is gonna have performers. Some of them I'm like trying
I
to
love that
remember
word, by the way. You know that.
performers. Some of them, one of them's on our team. He does operations. His name's Trent. We have
yes, Trent.
Jake is next, which is absolutely fire. We have Mamba. We have folks literally from like South Massachusetts all the way up to like Lawrence and things like that. I'm trying to think. Delta, he's from New Hampshire, things like that. So we just have performers scattered across New England, which is absolutely amazing. And
That's
in
great.
various
So you're
genres.
giving
Yeah.
not only designers and all these other people, but you're giving some performers some exposure too.
Absolutely.
That's
The
good.
music, I love the art. So I'm just trying to make it a real blended community for creatives.
Well,
for sure.
fashion is art.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
pure and simple. Fashion is art, and that's it's. You put them all together, all these different artistic people in one room. That's creating some magic right there, usually. Okay, so now what are your 3 venues or three host cities this year?
Yes, so we're doing Fall River. So every city usually has like a piece of meaning to me. So Fall River is actually where I went to high school. A lot of people don't know I started college at 15 years old. So I actually started college at 15 in Fall River, went to high school in Fall River, and so that's always been a near and dear place to my heart. And they're just really picking up with a lot of their entrepreneurial spirit and things like that. A lot more events are happening in Fall River, so really trying to bring accessibility back home. We're going back to Worcester. I love Worcester. I feel like Worcester is such a gem. A lot of people don't understand that there's
Yes.
a fashion community there. There's a designer community. There's a
Yes.
music community. They basically have told me, like, their feedback, just give us a venue. Literally, just give us a venue and we'll make something happen. So I love going back to Worcester.
Yes.
It's
That's
also-
where my family is also at. So
I love it. It's
Yes.
where I had my first show. Absolutely love the energy, love the crowd. I will continue to go to Worcester forever. And then Hanover, which is in like the greater Boston area at Exposed TV Studios. And again, just trying to bring more of those creative communities together. And so with Exposed, they're having a really cool music conference called GrindCon coming up. So really just trying to shed awareness and collaborate with people also in the creative community.
Hanover's not too far from where I live. I live in the South Shore too. So
this is my first time hearing that. So I'm glad.
Yeah.
You know, we get to get some new stuff inside.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, there you go. So each show has got how many designers are you featuring roughly?
So Fall River will be 10, Worcester will be 16, and the finale show will have 19. So it gradually gets bigger every
How do you get
day.
so many designers into
Honestly,
one show?
I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. We have
No, I'm
some,
just saying the logistics of it all.
100%. It definitely takes Scarlett's sitting right next to me.
We'll
but
talk. Yeah, okay. We'll talk to Scarlett in a second.
Yeah.
But okay, you get 19 in the final show.
Yep. So it's broken down into 4 quarters.
Okay.
And so we have, just our female designer section first. Then we go into lifestyle. We have our luxury wear. And then we also have formal wear as well. So it's a jam-packed show, which I'm super excited about. We have designers from New York. We have designers from Rhode Island. We have designers from Massachusetts. So just really trying to bring the New England community together. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's,
I think I'm in the right
fun.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you.
I
told
think
you
I'm in
you'd
the
like
right
that.
room.
Yeah, I knew you'd like this. It's good that you, our other collaborators, Bogo Split,
Yeah.
are involved in it too. Very
shout
heavily.
out to them.
I
Kayla
love them.
and the 2 guys. So, how much time are you spending besides your regular work, each and every day, roughly on the average.
Michael cares.
I do.
He has such a big heart.
I want to make sure you're not like totally overwhelmed here. I mean, you do have other people helping you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I have
okay.
such an amazing team.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. I'm trying to like Dolly, Danny, Scarlett, Tringe, Jeremy, Neff, Chris. Like I literally have such a great team, BOGO Sweat, things like that. So super, super grateful. I would say on an average, I usually spend about 2 hours on it a day.
Well, that's not so bad.
outside
Okay.
of
Until you-
my
until you get to
full-time
the week.
job and then professor job. So it's almost like a third job. But honestly, when you love what you do, it really doesn't feel like work.
Right.
It
Exactly.
really doesn't.
We're going to be
So-
meeting Chris and Scarlett in just a second too. We do have a quick video we can show. I'm going to show the video, and then we'll come back and we'll meet Chris and Scarlett too. All right. So here's the Mass Fashion Week little promo. Okay. There we go. Well, maybe not. The video's not playing. Okay. We'll come back to it then. I'll get it queued up. All right.
No worries.
Yeah. well,
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulty. I thought I put it in there. All right. So I went through all that trouble to edit it, so I wanted to show it. Okay. So why don't we bring Chris and Scarlett in? Here we go. There we go. Hi, guys. How are you
Hi,
doing?
fam. Hey.
Hey. Okay, let me get their mics up, too. There we go. All right. Now, you said that Scarlett's been helping you. So what's Scarlett's role in all of this?
So Scarlett is actually the operations and marketing assistant. So fun
How
fact.
is that, Scarlett? How is that?
I love it. It's
You
so
do?
much fun. Yeah.
Okay. Is it something that this is new to you? Is it
We have a funny story of meeting.
Yeah, we do.
okay? I love
Let's-
stories.
Let Scarlett tell it. Good.
So, this is my first year doing marketing. I actually switched my major to marketing. I was education before. And Megan just loved the content that I was doing. And she also figured out that she works at my school.
Oh,
She's one of the professors.
we want that. Yes.
Yes, and she was like, do you want to be my assistant? And I was like, sure, I'll do it.
That's how things birth, though. You know.
It was
Yeah.
so funny. I didn't even know she went to Dean College until like one day she was like, hey, by the way, you work at my school. And I was like, do I? And I met her in an elevator and I was like, this is so random. It's like literally like the world put us together and like everybody relates to her and like calls her my little sis, and I'm just so grateful. So yeah.
I know. I'm so grateful for meeting Megan, and she's
Are you
helped me.
excited though? Are you like, what do you feel from this? I know that's so broad and like narrow, but truly.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited. I mean, this is my first year like ever modeling. Megan really took me under her wing and really helped me, and I've grown so much. So this is like my first ever big show and big event, and I'm just so grateful. I'm just so
Ask
excited.
those questions. Don't be afraid to like pick people's brains, because trust me, everybody knows, you know, and the very first time is always awful. But the second time it's like, you know,
Gets
you get
better.
that. Yeah, exactly. Like the wheel keeps going.
Yeah.
So don't stop.
I won't. I promise.
Yay.
She's signed.
No, yeah, no,
Right.
I am signed. Yeah.
What were you assigned to?
I'm signed to Mad Talent,
Mad Talent.
Yeah.
Where are they located?
Boston.
Boston. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, I've not heard of those.
Right. That's new.
yeah, that is.
Oh, I'm getting fiery. Yes. Love that feeling.
That's good, because before this she was sleeping. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Marlena is a very hard worker. So now, what's Chris's role?
Yes, Chris.
So Chris actually does the collaboration for the first ever Mass Fashion Week merchandise. Chris has also just been like such a great supporter since the very beginning. He was in our first season. We've grown together, and I'm just so grateful to have Chris in my corner always. Like I literally got out of surgery and I was like, I need someone to go to see a venue with, and he was like, sure, I'll go see. Meanwhile, I could barely walk up the stairs, but
Well,
he was like,
welcome,
I'll,
Chris.
we still
Welcome.
made it. Yeah.
Well, Megan was actually the person who got me started on this whole runway show track. Because before that, I was just making merch for people as like a content thing, and just like not a side business. Is my whole thing. I make merch for small businesses, musicians, anybody that needs shirts, hats, stickers, hoodies, whatever.
That's cool.
But I was mostly just trying to stick with that like client-based per order project. And then one of my clients, Jay from Lavish Living Co. Shout out to Jay. He basically changed my whole world. He's like, hey, I see you're making some stuff. You want to come to the show this weekend? I'm like, oh, absolutely. Hey, you want to be in it? Like, Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think
Well,
this is the this is the website right here.
Yep. That's
That's a cool shirt. I love
thank
that.
Yes.
Mass
That's one of
fashion.
the things that you just started promoting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
see?
That's totally awesome. Very good job,
Okay,
Chris.
congratulations.
Very good job,
That's
yeah.
you know what? There's just always something new to learn about your community and what people are doing, and I love the positive vibes. I love the positive energy. Like, even though like we were talking about burnout and all that, fun stuff, but truly like it drives. That drive. How do you get that drive? Like, I'm curious. Like, what drives you?
Wow, I love how y'all just all look at me. That was crazy.
And then it'll go down.
Okay, I would say what drives me is the fact a lot of people don't know this, but like my parents gave up their whole world for me to have mine. So I feel like just giving back to the community, because they always say like we don't need something in return. Like my parents are so giving, they always say we don't need anything in return, even though I will always do something in return for them.
Thy mother, thy father.
Yeah, I just love them. They're my best friends, and so just giving back to the community and just doing good for people. That's really all they ask of my brother and I. So that's what's like my fuel for fire, is to like continue to give back in a way that like my parents gave to me. And so I also, being a teacher, I started teaching when I was 20. I just always loved teaching somebody something new, because my dad always said if somebody learned something new every single day, you had a good day.
Right.
So I think that's definitely fuel for fire, and just being like healthy and happy, and just being able to continue what I'm doing and just have like a really good support system is just really awesome. So really grateful.
Excellent.
How do you follow that up? Wow.
I'm sorry. You guys looked at me
Stealing
first.
the show, yeah.
Actually, Chris, you got a fan. Caitlin Norwood says, shout out to Makeshift.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Caitlin.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Caitlin.
watching. It's good that some people are watching, even though the Celtics and the Bruins are playing. Celtics aren't doing too good, by the way, folks. They're down by
Let's
11
pray for the Bruins.
with 2 minutes left.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry for the bad news. But back to the good news. So now when do these show? No, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, May 3rd through 5th, correct? Did I get that right?
Yes,
So which one is May 3rd?
Fall River, and then it goes Worcester, and then Hanover. So typically how we do Mass Fashion Week, we kind of go up the state. And so we are choosing those locations, and then y'all will have to see for the fall. So
Okay. Y'all, I like
Y'all
that.
have
Y'all.
to see for the
Y'all
fall.
got to come. You're down south, but you're not that far down south. Okay. But actually you're going up and then over.
Yeah,
Really,
kinda
that's
like-
kind of up and over. Because it's like Worcester and then over to Hanover.
it's kind of like
Yeah. So actually,
ugly-
technically, you're staying south in the southern part of
Southern.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
season
So if
we
you put a
definitely
line through Massachusetts, even Worcester is kind of like right through the middle. But
Last
you
year
kinda
we
like,
did Lowell and Lawrence,
Lowell and
so
Lawrence,
we gave
yeah.
a lot of love to the North Shore. Now I gotta give a little love to the South Shore, so
Okay.
I'm excited.
You ever think about moving out
Balance,
towards the
balance.
Springfield area and that area too?
I have,
You have.
so.
Okay,
we'll
maybe
see.
in the future, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
So after you're done with all of this, and I know you're a busybody, you just can't sit still.
No.
And then
Literally.
summer's going to be, a little tough for you because you don't have the school and other things, and you don't have the Mass Fashion Week. What are you planning on doing for the summer?
A lot, actually. So my May's already booked up with photo shoots and things like that. And so I'm very excited. So May's booked with photo shoots. June has photo shoots. I'm still planning some other projects, more fashion shows.
Did somebody's phone drop?
You gotta do that.
Chris is guilty.
Like
Okay,
I
there
said,
you go.
Scarlett,
I'll just leave.
once
It's
you
fine.
get it going, it don't stop.
So
Okay?
you just gotta keep going. I think the best thing I did this season, and shout out to last season, just planning 5 shows in 3 months.
Yes.
This time I took 6 months, and I think just honestly having that extra time
Right.
is why I'm so at ease right now.
Yes.
And at peace with things and things like that. And I've taken a lot of time to focus on like very small details, like getting hotel partnerships, taking their feedback into consideration, having more practices, having more networking opportunities, having more info sessions and things like that. So just definitely taking more time. So even
And you know
if-
what I can tell you? Sorry to
Yeah.
cut you off.
No, you're good.
But when you do these classes, right, and you have these models come, right, I know they must love it.
It's so fun for me. I think I don't know, Scarlett. Can you attend? She attends all my
I saw that nod.
Yeah.
So what do you pick up on when you are around also people that are driven and people that are also connected, right, in a way?
It's just so inspiring, honestly. Like, it really keeps me going because I'm like, they're doing the same thing as me, and then we're like, a lot of the same people do the same things, like all with me too. So it's just nice seeing like familiar faces and then just being friends with them too. Yeah.
Yes. And sorry. What
Chris.
about you, Chris? So what are your take on this? What is your
On the
take?
whole fashion show,
Yes.
on Mass Fashion Week. I mean, it was my basically second show ever. Megan, after like that show that I was talking about earlier with Lavish, like
Right.
I showed up with a duffel bag full of clothes. Like I guess we'll make this work. And then met Megan there, met a bunch of awesome people that I still work with today. And I mean, for a first introduction to the fashion world, it was such a beautiful like transition of like, hey, like we got a lot of up and coming artists, a lot of new models. I still work with most of the people that I chat with every day. With all the models and photographers and artists that I met there. So it's just such a beautiful community that's kind of growing out of this thing. So props to you, Megan, for pulling all that together. It's changed my life. I'm sure it's changed
She's
a lot
the captain
of
of the ship, isn't she?
Oh,
The
yeah.
shortest captain of the ship.
That's what the crow's nest is for.
As
so
long as you
it'll
can
be
see over the, as long as you can see in front of
I
you,
can
that's
see.
that's what matters.
It
Okay,
depends on
I
the
think
hotel.
I got the video fixed. So why don't we take a look at the video? Hopefully, we'll be right back.
Interviewing the best talent Boston has to offer. This is the Performer Radio Show.
All right, not bad.
Yes.
Not bad. That's good energy there. So how often do you do these? You're doing like practices, right? Pretty much,
Yeah.
or okay.
So
So
we've been having practices. So we had the casting call back in December. We've been having practices since January. So January and February was one practice a month, and March and April have been 2. So we've had a total of 6 practices in addition to fittings, info sessions, additional model classes where I help, pivot and pose, things like that. That's my recent class. That was the most fun class I've ever taught. So really a lot of practice has gone into it, because at the end of the day, with Mass Fashion Week, I want to see the models get signed. I want to see them take their skills into other fashion weeks and other fashion shows and stuff. So just seeing their growth throughout the season is like so rewarding. That's such a teacher thing to say, but 100%, when they get signed.
People do see that.
Yeah.
And people need other people to believe in them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people in this community. Okay, let me be real with that. There has to be a implement of, I already said that word, but it's true, in a way of reinforcement of positive energy, being there for each other, and understanding there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
And trust me, we want you. And you need to come down and see what Megan is doing, and see what Performer is doing, see what, Makeshift and Scarlett is doing. Because we got things going on, and we want everyone to be involved, because that is important. And that is, bigger than us.
Oh, sorry, Marlena. Where are you having the sessions?
So
The
this
practices.
season it was at East Mill Studio in Worcester.
Okay.
Shout out to Danny, Paul, Dre, and that was one of my first studios I ever taught a class at, and so that was absolutely amazing. They have a beautiful studio and things like that. So all the classes were there. In addition, some of the other model classes were at Boston Funk Studio, located right next to South Station, and so. Really just trying to get my models also to network with other photographers, network with other spaces, because at the end of the day, too, they can foster collaboration with other media people and, curate content together. So, yeah.
Excellent.
They are thankful and grateful for you.
Definitely.
Really just for the fact that you see bigger than that. You know what I mean? And like I said, we need someone to believe in us as well. There was one time someone believed in me, and that person, like Michael, has, been that person to cheer me on, give me that encouragement, and understand, like, the problems will be the problems, but it's how you resolve them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You can spend so much time thinking about what's this and what's that, but it's how you, get up that's more stronger and more resilient. Right?
Yeah.
So, what's the capacity of these venues roughly? give or take?
Yes. So for Fall River and Worcester, it's about 150 to 200 people each. And then for the Boston one is 100. So.
And are there ticket pre-sales? Are they at the door only? What's the
They
deal?
are ticket pre-sales right now. So if you go on Mass Fashion Week on Instagram, the link in our bio is right there and available. Y'all can buy tickets, and then we will also have tickets sold at the door. So look at this amazing content. We love to see it. We just had our campaign shoot, and it was absolutely fire. So make sure you are buying tickets in the link, giving the team some love and things like that. So we have all the team listed and things like that. So
Excellent. Okay. So that is MASH Fashion Week on Instagram, and we can take a look at that again later. Actually, we got some pictures too. Let's take a look at some of these pictures that you gave us here. Let's see what we got here.
yeah,
Okay, is this during practice?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who is she? Who's that?
That's
Who's on the-
Anne-Marie. She's actually the owner of
Ooh.
Angel Energy Boutique. So she
Angel.
placed top
Okay.
10 at Miss Mass
And
USA.
that's Tani.
Oh, that's Linda.
Yeah,
She
Linda.
is the event coordinator for
Linda.
BOGO Split. So
Right.
That's
one
her
thing
name on Instagram, Tani Love, right? Something like
Yeah.
that.
There you are.
Yes.
In my makeshift pants.
Oh yeah.
Had to show. But yeah, so.
Is that Jeremy? Look at you.
Yeah, Jeremy's like, what is she doing? Shout out Jeremy.
Yes.
Okay.
This year he's
I like
the
glasses.
stylist, so
Hey.
and Shantae. So
Oh, it's Linda again.
these
Linda.
pictures were taken by Davidson from Imperial Pics, so very grateful. You know,
So you mix and match all sizes.
it's such an
Everything?
inclusive, like
So drawn
literally
to this.
from
Yes.
you know, like Scarlett's never done a fashion show and things like that. So I like taking newbies, I like taking veterans, I like taking all shapes, sizes, and just give them some
Look at
love.
that
That's the
picture. That's like-
campaign.
That
was
picture
shot
needs
by
to be on like a magazine or something.
Well, there's a surprise coming up with that soon.
See, I be seeing stuff before it even happens.
Wow, so we're previewing something that.
Preview.
Okay, a little teaser then,
That
huh?
was shot by Neff
Shoot.
Shooter at Modular Studios
Very
and
good.
Lawrence. So good stuff.
So what do you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
out of
shout out
all
to
this?
Lawrence,
What do you get
man.
out of all this, Megan? What's in
What?
it for you?
I
What's in it for you?
just love it. I think I just like love coaching people, teaching people. I loved seeing the end result of everybody like growing and happy and just collaborating. Like I've watched everybody, like for instance, like Makeshift, right? Like now he has the pit crew and like this whole model community and things like that, which is really cool. You have folks like Scarlett who is now signed to model agencies, and so I'm just happy I get to be like almost like a stepping stone for them, or like the helping hand.
Not just a
And-
stepping stone, Megan. You're a
like-
springboard. You're launching everybody.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
literally try because I've coached photographers, I've coached videographers, I've coached designers, I've coached models, and so just helping them propel forward. Like I've helped photographers go full time, I've helped models get signed, I've helped designers make this their full time thing. So it's just really fun to see them so happy, and it's kind of ironic because I'm like, I need to go like full time with this, and it's just crazy because Mass Fashion Week has blown up so much since the fall that I was honestly overwhelmed with like, wow, we had 250 models cast for the show and we had to narrow it down to 50. So it's been
Shout out to the ones that didn't make it, but don't give up.
don't give up. Don't give up. But it was just crazy that so much people came and supported us, and even with designers and stuff, at the time we had about 40 designers casted and now we have 30. So, same thing goes there. So
Yes.
it's just amazing that I get to meet all these people, and it's really cool. And it's just even weirder when I get the phone call like, hey, Miss Megan, like Miss Megan's now like a brand. So my life has changed drastically from Miss Megan just being like a teacher name to now being Miss Megan.
How do you go about casting the designers?
Yeah, so we do like a designer casting form and things like that. And then, of course, I'm the type of person, I don't care about your follower counts. I don't care about, as long as you're passionate about what you do and you want to come and you want to be part of this community and things like that, I'm very open to it. So usually it's just fostering that conversation, seeing what venues they would like to do, and just making it work. So
Excellent. Yeah, a lot of people do care about numbers now, and they shouldn't really.
No.
It's all about quality. That's what the real thing is.
quality
Right.
and passion, I
Yeah.
think,
And a lot of numbers are
yeah.
fake. Let's be honest.
You
A
can
lot of
buy
people
followers.
buy followers.
Don't
Yeah,
do
exactly.
that. It
Yes.
ruins your algorithm. You're hurting a professor's heart. Thank you.
Good. And actually, Scarlett's a marketing major, so she'll probably tell you too. Real is better. Real is better. And organic, right?
Yes,
Right?
definitely. They stress it to us,
Yes,
and Megan
exactly.
stresses it.
I stress it way too much. I'll tell my
So
marketing
you-
students.
Yeah, I was
I'll be
gonna say
like,
you
if
got a
buy-
marketing student here. You got everything.
She's
going
never
on.
taken my class either, like my actual
Uh-oh,
marketing
look
class
out.
yet. So,
But I can relate how it means to like be a servant to your community.
Yeah.
just because of the fact that I know when I was a little girl, I didn't have someone to look up to. I didn't have someone to tell me, like, Marlena, it's okay to be this way one day, but, you know, there's a future and you should be able to be there, like, for that future self, you know, like your child, your younger child, your inner child is like rooting for you in a way. And I always tell the models, you know, at some point when we're doing the Boston Fashion Awards, this one Boston, you know, next is going to be many, many more. Yeah. But not for nothing, it's like you get that drive for them, you get that determination for them, and that positive energy and that good vibe, like, yo, you can do that. You know, there's no limit. I don't believe in limits. I believe that if you have something, like if you have your mind on something, you can achieve it. You can make that happen. And there's always going to, in one way or another, there's always going to feel like that competition. There's always going to feel like someone's going to be better than you. But in a way, it's not that. It's you versus you. It's you versus that limit. It's you versus, oh, I can do that. Yeah. And, you know, like I said, believing in those people and implementing that, like, yo, you can do that, you know. And that's so much passion. That's that love that we have to keep pouring. And what I do respect is you going to each and every community and like highlighting them and understanding, yo, like there's talent here. I'm from Lowell, right? I would never guess me being here today, you know, be around, you know, inspirational people. And that's because I was around people like Michael, like, hey, you could do that, right? You got that.
My credit card company believes in limits. They keep telling me every month. They keep telling me every month. There's a limit, Mike. Oh, I'm just kidding. I didn't include that. By the way, just so you know, the Celtics lost. 111 to 101.
But what
the Bruins are winning, though. The Bruins are winning.
As long as the Bruins win.
There you go. Okay, the Bruins are winning.
I want to know. I want some advice because we have a little bit of times to be on the show. But I want some advice. What advice do you give to the people about being in your position and trying something new and getting out of your comfort zone?
I mean, I'd say, like, just don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, there's a little bit of a friendly rivalry between all the, you know, different brands and small up-and-coming designers and stuff. But especially backstage, like, some of my closest friends now I met, you know, in the green room or behind the stage at the mass fashion shows. Like, you could look at it as a friendly rivalry, but, I mean, we're not, like you said, there's room for everybody. Like, it's not really a competition. In that I learn a lot from meeting my other designers, and like I'm always surprised when they say they get inspired by my stuff too. So I think it's, you know, the rising tide lifting all boats, where we can all be shared inspiration and
it's that energy. You know, that energy is divine. You have to keep feeding that, because if you isolate and you hide, what are you feeding?
Right.
You're not connected anymore.
And it's just like doubling down on that community building too. Like, I mean, like Megan said, like I have my pit crew where it's just all my behind the scenes people, photographers and models that all come and help me and all that stuff. So shout out to the pit crew, love you guys. But yeah, even like the other designers that you would think like it would be, fashion gets this bad rep for being kind of shallow and very like putting yourself first. But at least with my experience in Massachusetts Fashion Week and other like things around here, it's not as like. It's not as catty, it's not as like bad as, I mean, I hear New York can kind of get like that sometimes, but
that's only if you feed that though.
Yeah, it's only if you feed that. I personally try to put out this like air of positivity and like community and support. Like I do most of my own printing. I'm partnered with a print shop in the Brockton area, so
but you got to give yourself some balance, because too much of everything is still negative.
Right, and like I'm happy to support my other people. Like as long as the better the show is, the better more people are going to enjoy it. The more that it's going to be a memorable experience for everybody involved. Like I'm not going to try to sabotage some other brand. Just let my stuff looks better. Like, you know, let the people enjoy the show.
And that's what makes you different.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, well, we're going to start wrapping this up. I want to remind people again that they need to go to your Instagram page.
Follow us.
Follow, and then also that's how you can get tickets to all 3 events, correct?
All 3 events.
And I'm sure you'll have a lot of follow-up for the people that can't attend. A lot of photographers and things like that, I'm assuming?
We have about 25 people on the media team.
Oh, wow.
And they range from, you know, being college students, from LaSalle, from Dean, to, you know, brand new photographers, to veteran photographers, videographers, and things like that. So super grateful to have such a big media team. And again, just want to like highlight all different communities. Like we have, you know, like 13 performers, 25 media team, 55 models, an amazing Mass Fashion Week team, of course.
Excellent.
And just just great amount of
Excellent.
support. So
Well, thank you guys for
Thank
coming
you
down.
for
I
having
appreciate
us.
it.
Thank you, guys.
Scarlett, good luck on the runway for the first time.
Yes,
Thank
I know
you.
that.
I think
You
you'll
know
be
that,
fine.
girl.
I
You
think
got
you'll be
that.
fine.
Slay.
You got a good coach there, right?
Yes, I do.
And I can't wait to see some of the stuff. I can't attend most of these things, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing. And I'm sure Maegan, you'll
I
be coming
agree.
back and
I will.
showing us all the. She'll be like, look. Her phone will be going like
I'll be
this.
like, other
Yeah.
than my new kitten, but you
Yeah.
know, yeah, she's so cute. Her
No,
name-
you should be proud
Well,
of
if
what
you're
you've
gonna
done.
bother her, make sure you know what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
If not, she'll coach you.
Right. She'll give you some pointers.
So again, Chris, thank you for coming down.
Happy to be here.
Scarlett coming down.
Thank you.
And Maegan, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you.
And hopefully you'll be back in the chair, one of these chairs again sometime soon. After all this is over and you take a little bit of break for yourself.
Yes, we love Performer. We love people that are involved with Performer. Please don't give
Yes.
up on us.
Oh, no, yeah, definitely not.
Make sure you're watching.
And don't forget, everyone, to check us out on social media, performer.com, but also our website, performer.com, as it sounds. We get plenty of news headlines and everything else in our daily dose featuring Marlena. So until next week when we have our Fun with Food, again, I know you love that, Marlena. Fun with Food next week with Brian and Kayla. Good night, have a great week, and go see Mass Fashion Week, right?